Jason, do you make much of these end-of-year moves, and how are you set up for 2022?
Yeah, good to see you. Happy holidays. So for us, I think looking at the market this month, obviously there's been a shift in tone and sentiment. Staples are up almost 10% month to date. I think a lot of focus is on the Fed. What's the Fed? We're moving from a different environment, from price to earnings, price to sales, I should say, to a price to earnings market. And I really think fundamentals and earnings growth is going to be very important looking into 2022. So for us, the sectors that we like are financials and healthcare. I think there's opportunities there in both of those sectors. And I think that's where you'll see some earnings growth going into 2022.
Let's zero in on energy. It is on track to log the best returns of any S&P sector this year. But one part of the space is sharply lagging. Pippa Stevens with the story. Pippa.
Hey, Sarah, a big divergence between old and new energy stocks this year. The S&P energy sector, which is oil and gas companies, up nearly 50% for its best year on record. Meantime, the Invesco Solar Fund is down 26% for 2021. This is a flip from last year when oil and gas companies had their worst year, while solar stocks had their best. Within oil and gas, upstream names have been particularly strong, with the XOP gaining about 70%. ConocoPhillips is up even more than that, but Wall Street analysts say it's a top pick for 2022. Oilfield services company Schlumberger also a favorite name, as are giants Exxon and Chevron. And despite solar's declines this year, Wall Street analysts are generally optimistic. Sunrun, SolarEdge, and Enphase, some of the top picks. Hannon Armstrong, which finances clean energy projects, also top of mind. Guys, back to you.
Pippa Stevens. Pippa, thank you. Is there an opportunity there, Jason, in the solar names in particular as a longer-term play, despite some of the setback here around Build Back Better not getting done by the end of the year?
So for us on the solar stocks and a lot of the clean energy names, obviously they struggled this year. I mean, the ICLN, which I formerly owned, down 25% year to date. But energy has led the markets up 50% year to date. So I would say long term, there's absolutely long-term secular trends for a lot of these names in the clean energy space. I think they just were hurt by, a lot of them are high multiple names, and they were hurt this year. And then there's been some news just floating around, some of the, tax benefits might be taken off the table. So I think those are some of the headwinds that have kind of pulled some of these names back. But I do think long term, there's opportunity.